I said, you diagnosed it wrong in the first place, Doc. My heart doctor at that time said, you sure did. Said, we diagnosed a lot of things wrong because of the fact that he, I cornered him later on. I said, Doc, you almost said it, didn't you? He said, what? Because you don't have no healing medicine. He said, now, wait a minute. He said, wait a minute now. Said, medicines do heal. I said, no, they don't. No, they don't. I said, medicines are herbs. I said, herbs are broken down into two different components. Medical herbs
which is medicinal,
and food herbs. Nothing else.
medicinal herbs and food herbs.
Right.
Yeah.
Medicinal herbs and food herbs. And whether we like it or not, the food herbs refuses to work when you take on the medicinal herbs. They will work together. So I said, well, what's the secret? I said, well, the secret is water and medicinal herbs is one and the same thing. Dr. Kennedy dropped his head. Before I left Murfreesboro, the VA hospital over there that particular day, he said, I'm going on lunch break. He said, you want to come with me? I said, no, why? He said, I need to talk to you about some things. He said, it's true. It's not in your blood work anymore. Your heart, congestion, and your cancer is no longer in blood. I said, that means I don't have it. He said, well, he said, congestive heart failure could be resting. I said, and cancer could be resting too. I said, but where's it resting? I said, are you familiar with the two groups of urges and they don't work together? He said, how much water do you consume? And I weighed about 260 pounds at that time. I said, half my weight in ounces on a daily basis. He said, you weigh about 170 pounds and you cut that in half and you do that many ounces of water a day? I said, is anything wrong with it? He said, no. No. He said, where did you get that from? I said, I'm an old farmer. What do you mean? I said, I watch the cows and the mules and all of these particular things drink water. He said, what? I said, no, I listened to what my grandparents and great-grandparents and my father and mother said, and they said, watch the animals, how much water they consume. He said, the more water a cow drink, if she's a milk cow, the more milk she gives. Okay. The 3 cows that I'm responsible for milking, you get no more water. My daddy said sometimes, I said, if you've been getting 3 gallons of milk, you get 4 gallons of 4.5 gallons. And he said, that's money. Because, the more milk you send the child, the more bigger your check is every month. Water them cows, boys. The problem is we don't watch anything today. Not the important things. We don't. We've gotten so smart by listening to the liars. Said that, we got smarter than we were in those days. Listen, when my brother Joe had cancer in its negative stage, as all ulcers are, you know that, don't you? Ulcers is nothing other than cancer in its negative stage. I've known that since I was, I don't know, 11, 12, maybe 13 years old. Because Brother Joe was 15 years old when he was diagnosed with a bad case of ulcers. And my daddy and grandparents just went on to the woods, got the stuff. I'm still taking the stuff today. Ginger roots. They got leaves, all kind of leaves from trees and roots. And the roots, they call the roots was ginger roots. I don't know how many other kind of roots was there, but they boiled all that stuff up and gave it to my brother Joe. And in a couple of days he's playing again, just like he was before he had the very bad case of ulcers. Well, my daddy always said there wasn't nothing wrong with him. My mom said, "Oh yes, it is." She said it until he went to the army. When he went to the army, she said, "Well, I guess your daddy was right, boy. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Not a thing wrong with you." Said, "Oh, you wouldn't qualify to go in the army." What is wrong with us today is so simple. When Josh told me that the doctors had said, that minimize the water you're giving Mrs. Bledsoe, because she choked to death on that water. That's all I did was just like I said, "Josh, stop playing doctor. I'm gonna keep my hand down." What the line doctor said, "Stop playing doctor." Because they don't have no healing medicines. So, if they don't have no healing medicine, what do they have? Nothing. Oh yeah, they have that.
It's in your bill.
Oh yeah, they are the pharmaceutical salespeople today. Whew. Now there wasn't the pharmaceutical salespeople when my brother Joe had this, what you call it. So my daddy just run Dr. John Morris Law. No, it don't come anymore. He said, "Milton, that boy could die. As bad as that case of ulcers is that he's got." My daddy said, "Well, we're going to do away with that case of ulcers that you're talking about." He said, "Milton, do you know that ain't nothing but cancer in its negative stage?" He said, "Well, cancer ain't nothing." I said, "Cancer ain't a thing, but something for you to learn how to do away with." "Milton, you can't do away with cancer." Oh, Jesus. We listened to this, and my mother finally said, "Honey, come on in. come on off the porch. He said, well, John, Dr. John Morris, I won't see you anymore. Don't come here anymore. It's a ripoff. A ripoff. It don't make any kind of sense. You know, I look at Mose and what was his brother's name? The two Siskin people that got the picture over there in the Siskin Foundation, in the Siskin Hall. Mose is one of them. What was the other brother's name? I don't forgot his name. I never did know his name until Nutty wound up in Siskins, and then I saw it on the wall, you know, both of the brothers' pictures. Mose is one of them. I know Mose, Siskin, and somebody else. I guess that Mose means Moses Siskin. I guess, I don't know. It just said Moses Siskin, and whoever else this other fellow was his brother there on the wall. Okay. What do we need to do in order to move the truth forward again?